Alrighty, traders. We the slingshot pattern in gold is still continuing, and the indices, we may be getting that shift that I said we could potentially be getting at the end of last week. I want to share that with you, so let's get straight into it. Don't place a trade based on what you're seeing in this video, because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. Alrighty, traders, make sure you grab that free trading course, or the trading course that you used to charge for, but now it's free. Link in the description. I'm still giving it away. So link in the description, guys. You get all that, right? Down home country goodness. So let's actually start off with the good old gold market here, guys, by looking at this this gold market. And the really interesting thing is that gold is doing exactly what I thought it was going to do, but not in the fashion that I thought it was going to do. Let me explain what I'm saying here. So last year, when gold was down here at 1650 and we started to get the break up to 1700, I said we're getting the slingshot pattern in gold, right? We're getting the slingshot pattern in gold. And what that meant was that, one, we had the false breakout. And I said, now we're probably going to run to the other side of this channel, which is around that 2000 level, right? And so we're getting that we're probably going to get that sort of movement through there. So that's the slingshot pattern, right? The slingshot is to the other side of the channel. Now, here is the really interesting thing about this, is that when I'm seeing this, I've done many videos where I'm just saying, surely we're going to, because when the market goes up, right, we go up, we go down, we go up, we do some of that. So we've been going up, and I'm just like, are we actually going to get the pullback? Or is gold going to continue just snowballing to the upside to get to 2050? It's like, is that going to happen? It's like, oh. So we can see that's what's happening through here. So if we start to get some sort of a pullback through here, right, and then we possibly get something like that, that's what I've been looking for. But again, guys, I'm long gold, right? So I like it when it goes up. But looking at gold here, it is just strong like bull. The false breakout and slingshot pattern is in full effect, and it really is. It's just continuing to slowly move up. Now, slingshot move, we should be getting a much more violent move, but this gold is really, 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 really strong in the markets through here. If I go have a look at silver as well, silver's right at that resistance level still, as you can see, that was that resistance level that rejected. So silver's a bit different. All right, we're not out of the woodwork yet with silver. We're sort of just still hovering around here sideways. So silvers are not as strong as we are when it comes to the gold market. So we're looking at that through there. Now here, let's actually look at the mining stocks as well too, right? The mining stocks, again, breakout. Again, I'm long the mining sector, right? It's like, but I've been saying I'm probably expecting some sort of a pullback here soon. We're probably going to get a draw. No, like I'm happy that it's going up, right? Because I'm making more money, right? Because I'm long the mining sector, and I have been for a long time, right? And I've just been adding. Anyway, so I'm happy about that. But man, this is actually this whole market here, the whole gold and silver market, which, as you know, has been my favy for the last couple of years. And I've been saying, you guys that are trying to jump into the crypto market, it's not time. If you want to do something, to me, I've always been the mining sector, right? Gold in the mining sector. In fact, my baby, the one that I personally invest in, is the GDXJ. And I've been investing in for quite some time, right? Because I see on the GDXJ, extraordinary quality moves to come. So we're really getting this upward leg we're getting right now is very, 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 very strong. Again, I'm happy about it because I'm long, right? My account is, I had a phenomenal year last year, even though everything got smashed into the ground side. I had a phenomenal year on my investing account. I had an incredible year on my trading account. And because my trading and investing are different, right? That's how they're different between the approaches there. But look at this here. We're getting very, very close to the other side of the channel. I always believe we're going to get to the other side of the channel looking at this GDXJ. But I always believe that we're probably going to at least a bit of a pullback first and then a rally. But this thing is just continuing to power on up. It is so, so, so strong. Again, guys, I'm long overall the mining sector. As you guys know, I've been doing that for quite some time. But my last few updates, I'm like, maybe we're going to get like a bit of a pullback first, and then we're going to start to see a rally at least back up to the top up here. But this is just so strong in the markets. Now, the week is just closed when it comes to the stock market. All right, let's go to the S&P 500. The week has just closed. And are we about to see a potential shift? Is this a potential shift happening in the markets? I did a video last week on the weekly charts talking about that right now, the market is making lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, but we've come back down, right? This is the weekly chart now. Again, yes, for the whole week, I have been expecting to see more downside in the markets here, right? We haven't gotten that. But I did a video last week on this big picture on the weekly charts on the S&P 500 saying, if we do form some sort of a high low here, and we're still holding here, if we get that and we start to get some sort of a breakout like that, and guess what? That tells me that we're probably likely to start to see a really big like a complete change in tune in the markets, right? And again, this is about us listening to the markets. I can show my thoughts and my opinions on it, but if the market starts to do something like this, that means it's a game changer in the markets, right? It's a complete game changer in the markets, and then we need to listen to it. So, are we potentially starting to get that? It's going to be really interesting to see if we get followed through next week, because we did get this sideways movement. I was expecting down, but we didn't. We got the up bar today. So if this holds here and then we start to get a bit of a breakout, especially if we start to get some sort of a up move through here, this could be if we get something like that, that's going to be a complete game changer for the markets. Complete game changer. And it doesn't matter what I think, doesn't matter what I've said in the past. This is the big thing for you guys. If you're trading the markets, we need to flow with the markets. If you were really bearish in the markets right back here, but then 2 weeks later the market's changing tune, guess what? You need to go with the markets, right? And if we get that, and this is the high low, and we break out, guess what? It is off to the. We're gonna have a very strong 2023. I know that sounds crazy, but if we get that, we're probably gonna race the new highs. If we do get something like this here, right? This could be a complete game changer in the markets, and this movement on the downside has just been that, just a movement on the downside before we see a very big movement to the upside. So we really need to keep an eye out for what's really going on there, because maybe there's a shift in the markets when we're not looking at here. And on the back of all that, including myself, there's been so much bearishness in these markets, and this is where, like, I did videos last week saying that we all might be wrong about the coming crash. And I gave my reasons why, and then now I'm sort of covering them as again right here in front of you. And that is, if the market starts to really hold here and start to pick back up, especially if we start to break above 4,100, it's game over. Like, it does not matter what we think, what we hope for. It's a game changer, and then we're probably likely to see an extraordinary quality move to the upside. And the last thing I want to share with you is a big, massive change in interest rates are coming. For me, look at this here, right? We're starting to get this TLT market, right, which is the inverse to obviously the interest rates, right? So we've come back down, and now we've actually formed a higher low, right? For me personally, I won't tell you the exact market, but I basically, call it TLT, right? But I'm long a different market that's connected to the TLT there. Anyway, so I'm actually basically long the bond market right now, in my investing account, because I see the shift coming. And so the whole thing about what's happening here in the bond market is we're starting to pick back up, which means if we actually bring up the interest rates itself, let me bring up I'll just bring up the 10-year, which is basically. Look at this here. So the 10-year is actually starting to roll over here. So this is look at this here. This is the first time. Look at this here. We're starting to get a lower high here. So this is the first time high and a lower high. We haven't actually gotten. It's always been what? Higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low. We got a lower low, but we didn't really get a good strong a lower high. Look at this here. Now we're getting a. Are we seeing a complete shift in the markets, right? Are we seeing a complete shift in the actual overall markets through there, from that there? Oh, by the way, guys, the market that I was talking about, like I'm actually in TMF. This is the one that I'm actually in myself, which is instead of the TLT, I'm actually in TMF myself. Again, but this is more like my investing approach. It's not like, it doesn't mean it's going to go up today. It could go into tomorrow. But I've always seen that there's going to be a shift in the interest rates. And when that does happen, we're going to see a very big move back in TLT, TMF, and markets like that.